Previously on Hillmanator.
Hello you Hillmaniacs, it's Hillmanator, and as you can see, I've moved back home. I move to New Zealand a week from now. So.
Are you vlogging? Stand over there. I want to be in your vlog.
I'm gonna miss you, dude.
This train just drove right past the station. I'm flipping annoyed right now. What is happening? What's happening? We're flying from there down all the way to here, where I shall then catch a connecting flight which will then take me all the way down to Auckland, where in 3.5 hours I'm going to be moving out again to go and study for my second year.
So, are you excited about this, or are you really nervous about it?
I'm really quite excited about the year abroad. If anything, I'm most nervous about the airports, because I know based on my luck something is going to happen and I'm going to muck up somewhere.
What do you do when you actually get to New Zealand?
So there's going to be a guy there from Waikato with a sign. Apparently he will pick me up there. You ready, Mum?
No.
Bye. Love you too. Okay, I'm going to leave this vlog off here now because I've just gone through into the departures. Okay, thanks for watching all. I shall catch you next time.
And now, the latest episode of Accommodation.
Through security now. They had to get rid of one of my suntan lotions, which is a bit of a pain because I burn like ridiculous levels, and so now I've lost 50% of the stuff that's going to protect me from it. Still heading into duty free. There's still no info on which gate I'm in. Just having to wait here now essentially until I think another quarter of an hour. There's 15 minutes after that until boarding starts, so I've got that time to try and find the gate, which is going to be fun because, you know, airports are famously small, compact and easy to navigate. After 5 delays to when they're putting up the gate information, they finally put it up. So now I just have to find the gate. Technically we started boarding about 10 minutes ago. Just waiting to board now. We're running a little bit late because the plane was a bit late coming in, but it's 3:28 now. The plane was supposed to leave at 3:15, you can't see it on the ticket. We've still not boarded. I'm gonna miss my connecting flight at this rate.
Hey, am I gonna be famous?
Maybe. I doubt it though, considering the number of subs I have.
By the wheel, second right, please. Sorry, second right for you as well.
Start the engines, fixing out then to the easterly facing runway Airborne. Come to a cruising altitude of 14,000 feet and a flight time. It'll be in the region of 6 hours.
I did more or less the exact same thing last time, but I had a really naff camera. So, yeah. train. Food and drink time. Should be able to see that. So now I just have to catch my connecting flight to Auckland. Oh, that is flaming warm. Thank you. Oh, well, that's the first flight done. Now I've just got 2 hours to prepare for the next one, which is way longer. It is 31 degrees outside, so it's flaming hot even inside, but in general it's slightly better because actually in Doha they know how to use air conditioning. Just got through security now, heading into duty free part 2, electric boogaloo. We have moving floors just everywhere as a society. Would it not make everything so much easier if you could just whiz past all of your problems? Well, that was far more efficient than in the UK. I have a couple of hours now until I actually need to board, and then obviously it's a 16-hour flight, which is a long time, as you probably are aware. So I'm just going to get on with my editing now for last week's video because I have a lot to edit. From the sounds of it, we're beginning to prep to board. Hopefully we actually managed to board ahead of time this time, unlike back at Gatwick. What was Gatwick doing?
Good morning, welcome on board. Thank you, Mr. Jones this side. Good morning.
Surprisingly, while I was still in the gate, I actually just met someone who's also going to Waikato. What are the chances? Well, probably quite high considering this is the plane going to Auckland, but still, not very likely considering all of the planes we can take. Not long to go. After 16 hours of literally seeing nothing except the same set of corridor and no light other than the artificial stuff from this plane, I'm about to step outside. Thank you. Oh, that's so much cooler than it was in Qatar. It's so good. Now I just have to hope that there wasn't a muck up with my bags and that they've actually arrived. It's got to be said, this is a very nice airport. Then again, it could also do with some walking platforms, as I said. We should just have those everywhere as a society. Just went past passport control, they've let me. So now all I need to do is grab my bag, go put through bio control, because that's a thing apparently. And then I'll be getting in a car which the uni have sent to collect me and be heading straight to Waikato. Looks like mine's going to be one of the last ones again. I'm just going to stop recording and restart when it's actually my case. Finally, literally probably one of the last bags, if not the last. Yeah, literally the last. That pretty much sums up my luck. Right, now where am I going? Oh, yep, a way out, that way. So, seems like a good bet. Oh yeah, I've still got to go through biosecurity as well. Forgot about that. Through customs now, just heading on the way out. Need to find someone who has my name on their sign. Yep, I'm in New Zealand, alright. So, as I said, I'm in the airport now. We've landed, we've put my bags into the van, but we're currently waiting for some people from other flights who we're also picking up, and then we'll be hitting the road. Reminded me of a history of the entire world, I guess. Look at those cows.
Oh, there was the American Dairy Science Conference.
Aha! Just been dropped off outside of the office, which no one's in right now, but they're coming over, and then we are going to be moving into accommodation, I believe. So I think most people aren't here yet because they're doing like a little introductory thing for the study abroad students first, but I'm going to be meeting my flatmates at some point, so that should be fun. This is my accommodation. I don't think anyone's here right now, as I said. There's our little kitchen. I'm just seeing this for the first time, so it's kind of interesting. Okay. I presume these are bedrooms of other people. But there is my bathroom and shower, which seems decent. And then in here we have what will be my room. Hey. So obviously I need to get a linen pack and whatnot to actually decorate everything, but yeah, this is my room so far. This is quite a weird day for me. I'm sure you can understand why. I'm literally the other end of the world. I've just called my mum briefly, told her that I've made it. Luckily, my phone automatically connected with the university's Wi-Fi because it's running on the same system as Lancaster's. So that was good for me. So I filled people in. I'm actually messaging my dad right now, literally talking about everything. And also, there's something that I didn't notice at first. One of my flatmates has wrote me a little letter. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a little explore. I could just look at the map and actually work out where the heck I'm going, or I could just wander for a bit. Don't think I'm going to need these for now. But yeah, I feel like that's what I'll probably end up doing. So at a guess, this is the rec room. Pretty nice, I'd say. Ooh, piano. I know, playing the Shire theme when I'm in New Zealand, bit weird, but pretty magical all the same. So around here we have what I believe are apples, but like crab apple. No, those are lemons. This is a lemon tree. No, that's not a lemon. Is it? I have no idea what that is. I think it's a lemon. I'm not going to eat one, just in case. Then, oh, those are oranges, by the looks of it, from the side. I don't know what these plants are. That's shameful. Now these, pretty sure they're some variety of apple, but even so, kind of embarrassing, I don't know what. Oh, more people moving in from the looks of it. And I'm just wandering about, doing nothing. Well, hello. Strange cat. How you doing? So you might have noticed already that this accommodation is very different from the one I had in Lancaster. The way it works is that there's a series of cottages in this location. This is called Orchard Park. It's where I'll be staying. And there are other sites around campus, some more traditional style halls like the UK, but over here we have cottages. I think there's normally about 4 people per cottage. That certainly seems to be the way. Okay, as I've been walking around, I've been noticing an awful lot of Last Airbender symbols. Like, the flat cottage number 20 has the Earth Kingdom symbol, which I thought, hey, maybe it's a coincidence. But now, I am seeing a Airbender logo for the Nation of Air. They're in all of the cottages over here. Not sure if you can actually see that one, but I've just seen another one. What's going on? Is there some... I know they said there were like 4 sub areas within Orchard Park, so maybe they're all divided into nations from Avatar: The Last Airbender. That'd be pretty cool. Something I can nerd out about. Also, it's weird for me seeing all this shrubbery and whatnot, because it's winter here and there are still things flowering. Which, obviously, if you live in the UK, you know not many things survive our winters. Most things just tend to die. I mean, obviously there's a lot of dead leaves up here too. Down here, around here, but regardless, a lot of shrubbery that we wouldn't see in our climate in the UK, I guess. I think that route just leads up to the actual uni grounds, and seeing as I don't want to get lost, I think I'll go in a circle more. It seems like a better solution. What's that? Little bit of decking in there with a bench. That'd be a cool spot for like shooting something if I wanted to. Well, apparently there's a symmetry thing going on there, because that's the one that I saw. That little stream really is little, but still, it's flipping cool. By the way, I realise I didn't film much on the plane ride from Doha to Auckland. One simple reason for that. So a guy came up and asked me to switch so that he could sit with his wife, which, fair enough, you know, I'm not going to be that guy. So I agreed to the switch without thinking about it. Now, my original seat was an aisle seat, which means I get leg space, I can move about whenever I need to. I basically had rule over the domain. The new seat, slap bang in the middle of 2 people. I don't even get the window seat because someone else is there. I get the worst seat ever. That is pretty much my standard luck, isn't it? Met a couple of people now, just from wandering about. Had a really nice cup of tea, peppermint tea from one of the guys I've met. Just having a look around now. I think I'm gonna head back to my flat, see if the other person who's arriving today has got here yet. If not, then I can get on with some editing. Okay, I've seen 2 places with Earth Kingdom symbols by their house. I've seen 2 places with Air Nomad symbols, and I've seen about 3 places with blue bunting, which I presume Water Tribe. So, does that mean I'm the Fire Nation? Because we don't seem to have anything. So, I might have slept through the shopping trip like an utter genius. Luckily, there's still a meeting that I can go to where I'll get free pizza. had an introductory meeting where I've met a number of the other international students from around here, and now I'm just going to head back to... Oh, that's actually a thing. I've just remembered. They have a couple of things in here which I can borrow until I can buy the linen pack. So I'm going to be doing that. Yep. Those are different star formations. I'm not sure whether you can actually see anything. But definitely not the ones I would normally have in June in Britain. Obviously it's summer there. So we'd be expecting the plough and all of that lot. Not here. I'm going to start editing now. I'll probably go until about 10 PM and then I'll head to bed so that I start getting into my new sleep pattern, which will hopefully go better than my previous sleep pattern, which was none at all. I really shouldn't be getting up at this early in the morning. I got up, actually I woke up at around 2, which was not helpful. But I'm not sure whether that was from jet lag or just regular insomnia. So, you know, that's always great. But yeah, like we've got frost on the ground, we've got mist over there, and then the sun's going to be rising up there in a little bit. I am going to freeze myself senseless by waiting out here because I want a time lapse of the sunrise. Come on, it's going to be flaming awesome. I can't not do it. While that's going on, I guess I can fill you in on a few things. I've had to put the hood up because as of right now, it's still around about 1 or 2 degrees. Not sure if you can see it, but I can definitely see my breath. It was chilly throughout the entire night actually because, as I said earlier, I only have single glazed windows, which not fun when it's 1 or 2 degrees, not great, but could have been worse, could have been far worse. Yeah, this is Orchard Park, which is where I'm staying for the next year or so. I'm not sure how well you can actually see it. Can I zoom in while we're filming? No, I can't. Okay, I forgot how terrible the iPhone camera was. So, yeah, just up there, I'm not sure if you can see it, but like that sort of area, you've got the uni itself, which I think we're at one of the far ends of the uni, which probably should have gone for working out which one was closest to the centre, seeing as I have no idea where anything is, but instead I just went with the one that looked the coolest and was the cheapest, and actually I've been pretty satisfied with it so far. That is something though, isn't it? Like, look at it. That is just, it's insane. Hopefully it comes out really well in the time lapse, because this is technically when the sun is supposed to rise, but I don't actually know when it is properly rising, so I might have just completely mucked this up. It's occurred to me now that I'm going to be here for an entire year without seeing my family. That means Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries, all sorts of things. I'm just going to miss them all, which is a bit of a shame. Kind of sucks a bit, but I mean, when else am I going to get the opportunity to, like, live here? It's so beautiful in and of itself. Why, like, I have to. Come on. Another good thing is that, actually, this ends up technically costing me less. Now, in reality, it'll probably end up costing me more because I'll have to pay for accommodation, electrics, flight, visas, all of that lot, on top of the regular food and whatnot. But in terms of purely my tuition fees, well, the way it works at Lancaster at least is that I only have to pay 15% of my tuition fees to Lancaster themselves, which is very helpful. But because I'm an exchange student rather than a study abroad student, I don't pay anything to Waikato, except for obviously accommodation prices, all of that lot, all the stuff that I would be paying to them anyway. I don't pay any tuition fees basically, which is very, very good. I just checked the weather, and apparently it doesn't go up into double figures until around noon. So that's going to be fun. At 10, we're starting a tour of the campus. So for the first while on campus, it's going to be quite chilly. Just to establish, by the way, I know I'm wearing the same clothes as I was on the flight and the first day here technically, but that it's purely because I have, it's still 7 AM, so I don't want to get showered just yet in case someone's moved in. So I'm going to wait until my time lapse is done. Then it should be late enough that I can go back in and test out the showers. Hopefully they aren't too bad. In the letter that my flatmate wrote me, she told me that apparently they get hot really quickly. But yeah, it's going well so far, I think. I've got my things for today chosen out because seeing as I know it's going to be cold, I'm going to be wearing the base leg jumper. It's just that and this jumper are the thickest ones that I brought with me, so it just makes sense to wear those. But yeah, like, it really is quite stunning here. It's also amazing the sheer amount of wildlife that I'm seeing just around, like the plants obviously. There's some that you just don't see in the UK, some that you would see, sort of like variations of them, but like much bigger and kind of different. And then just like flying past every so often, I'll catch like one of these. You can't really see it on this camera, but I'll catch a bird, and there's quite a few of them that are just flying past happily on this road and whatnot. So yeah, it's kind of different, kind of weird, and really kind of beautiful. Apparently, because I didn't know where the sun was rising, which is that way, over there somewhere, I didn't know where it was, so I've ended up putting my camera more or less in the only patch around here where it's going to be in the shade for a significant amount of time, meaning that while we do kind of get the idea that the sun is rising, I'm not sure how well it's going to come out. It's going to be a fun year, isn't it? My first full day in New Zealand, and I already managed to forget to bring my keys into the shower with me, so I had locked myself out of the room. Luckily, I still had my clothes from obviously going into the shower, so I just ran over to the office, and the guy there let me in, because obviously they have the master keys. So yeah, that was helpful. Also, wow Josh, you're doing so great at living independently. Another sign of my amazing adulting skills. I put on one of the pairs of trousers that I'd packed, obviously, because it'd be kind of weird if I hadn't packed it. But immediately, I'm not sure if you can really see it that well there. I ripped it. Skill. It's okay, I've got plenty of others. I'm running a tad bit late, but there's a tour going on of the campus now. I think I mentioned it earlier, so just heading there now. Hopefully I catch it before they've all left. Be kind of awkward otherwise. I wasn't late, I was actually half an hour early. The tour meets the other side of that cabin there. That's my cabin right there, so it's like 20-second walk. It's ridiculously short.
If you have any questions, please ask, because I'm not going to go too much into depth. That is the PwC Lecture Theatre. That is our largest lecture theatre in the university. I'm just saying that because I think a lot. And then there's a red button for emergency if someone's chasing.
Here we go.
There's a carved down hill to make flatlands farm. So there's only one hill in Hamilton, and they decided to build the university on it. On the first floor here is student services, the next floor is the general library, and then on the left, of my left, your right, is L block, and again, there's lots of lectures. Like I said, Rio Week is coming up. Rio Week, get somewhere that will never be longer than that. A lot less of us now, because we're all in classes, socialize,
Back from the tour now. I've also met one of my roommates now because she's arrived from the US. What time is it? 11:35 on a Sunday. What am I supposed to do with now? Worked out what I'm gonna do, really what I need to do, because I need to upload today, and my last video isn't edited. I've actually done quite a bit of editing on it already, but there's still a significant amount that I haven't done, which is why as of right now it stands at 1 hour 21 minutes and 45 seconds. which, considering the amount I've cut out, oof, I hate to think how much I filmed last week. But hey, once I've uploaded it, it'll be fine. If I just uploaded the raw footage of any of the weeks that I filmed for a weekly vlog, I would have made a feature-length film, essentially. Yeah, all of them have that long. And I managed to cut them down to about 45 minutes at most. I've been trying to get them into like the half an hour, 20-minute range, hopefully. I don't know how successful I'm gonna be. It just crashed on me, and I forgot to save again. So all of that work that I'd just been putting in to actually shaving off a significant amount of time, yeah, that was pointless. Great. Also, I'm gonna have to re-upload each individual file in order to get it correct, which is annoying as anything. Getting a bit bored of editing this video, to be honest, so what I'm gonna do now is, I'm still gonna edit it, but I'm gonna go to the rec room to edit it, so that if there are people there, I can have a bit of a chat with them whilst doing it, you know. Basically, just don't wanna have to sit here on my own, doing it like I have been for the last couple of hours. Oh, seriously? I didn't actually get on with my editing because I procrastinate way too much. Instead, I played a bit of table tennis and pool with a couple of the people that I've met here, and now we're actually all heading over to get some alcohols. Back from that now, and I also got a Subway on the way because I was flipping hungry, and it was alright. Yeah, it was okay. I'm not sure whether it's because of the different cheese that I ordered or the fact that like all of the sauces are slightly different, but I don't think it was as good as the one that I'm used to, but maybe that's just because I'm not used to it yet. I did, however, manage to get a little bit of Subway sauce on the bedding, which is not great, but that's fine, I can wash it out. It may technically be late, but I mean, officially speaking, my laptop is running still on UK time, so on some level, it's not late at all. So the oven is smoking, no idea why. It's okay, the extractor fan is on. I've managed to work out how the heck that works. But my eggs don't... The omelette doesn't appear to be cooking at all. Like, I can easily put my hand in there and it's... What is up with this oven? At what point do you stop calling it an omelette and start calling it scrambled egg? I present to you a dish which I like to call mutilated. I was going to go shopping, but as it turns out it's just started raining. I'm not sure if you can really see it, but yeah, this is the first time we've had kind of bad weather while I've been here, so I guess I'm going to stay in for now and watch the YouTubers back from Lancaster, because there's a couple of them, and yeah, see what they've been up to over like the past couple of weeks, and maybe extra, maybe they've uploaded from that, so that'll be cool. Weather's cleared up a little bit, so I'm just gonna go down the street, see if there's anything in the corner store. If not, then I'm gonna have to try and find the next nearest shop and have a look in there, but yeah, shopping time. That wasn't nearly as far away as I thought it'd be. That's good. That place was tiny, so I was only able to get a couple of essentials, but I think I've got enough to last me a couple of days now. So I shouldn't need to go shopping again for a little while. I noticed that the price of meat is very high in comparison to the UK. It's not awful, but it's like... Okay, so imagine rather than going to Aldi to get your meats, you went to Tesco's instead, or maybe even Waitrose. Like, that's kind of that's what I'm dealing with in terms of meats, really. So in New Zealand, they've actually gotten rid of plastic bags now. Those aren't a thing anymore. They've because of how damaging they are to the environment. They've just said, nope, not doing those. And so they've only got bags for life. Then on top of that, all of my herb stuff, each and every one of them was eco-friendly and reusable and resealable. So that's helpful. But there's one thing that I did notice. Their cans, not as good as this one, which is the Monster Import, which has the tab. Now, I bought these purely so that I could see what the difference is, because this one is supposed to be inspired by the European and British versions, which obviously I'm a bit of an expert on, whereas this one is just straight up New Zealand Monster. So let's give them a taste, eh? Starting off with the New Zealand one. Oh, that's good. It is a little different. It's you know the aftertaste you get when you have Monster? It's more of that and less of the first bit. And now I'm going to try to open this, because I have no idea how we open these resealable tab ones. Okay. Again, it's not quite the British version. It tastes a bit more British than the New Zealand one, but it's not the same. Which is odd, considering you thought that the company would be able to just replicate the drink, but I guess there's probably something in it that is illegal in New Zealand, I guess, or hard to come by. But yeah, it's neither one of them are exactly the same. They're both still good though, so you know, bottoms up. It does have to be said though, based on the first 2 days that I've been here, single glazed windows are going to be the biggest problem this year probably. Like, people seem lovely, accommodation seems fine in general, finances, bit of an issue, but I'm sure I'll be able to work it all out. I've worked most of the things out. Academics, I should be doing alright. Yeah, I think the thing I'm going to struggle the most with is single glazing. So, based on that, I'm looking pretty good. About to have my first drinking event with people, because apparently we're just sitting in the rec room having a couple of drinks, so yeah, should be nice, should be pretty chill from the vibe that I got just now. Unfortunately, everyone else is only drinking beer. I only have vodka, and I don't have anything to mix it with, so I'm gonna have to try and work that out. I'll probably just like pop over to the shop and buy some Coke. Yeah, so after we've been drinking in the rec room, we've decided to come to someone's cottage, and now we're just making grilled cheese sandwiches. Because
American style.
Yup. Because why the heck not? The fridge is having its own little crisis right now. There's a meeting today at 10, which I need to go to for international students, just to kind of introduce us to a couple of things, but it's not proper orientation, that's tomorrow. And then at 11, there's something on sexual health and sexual consent, which apparently is also mandatory. So, yay, once again, I get more sex ed, because I didn't have enough of that at Baysleg. A game of Kahoot on Kiwi slang is apparently what we're doing now. I'm gonna do awfully.
What was the banger? Same meaning, that was really closing down.
It was falling down a cliff.
I am.
Obviously. Of course it was falling down a cliff. That's just... Oh, I'm in the top 2 now. I've jumped into the top 2. But it's not... It's stuck. Loading. I wonder if we could just like literally take the quiz right now.
I got nothing to do for the rest of the day.
where this cat keeps coming from, but I'm seeing it everywhere now. What are you doing here, cat? Now being enrolled into Waikato University. Technically my courses haven't been approved yet, which is mildly worrying considering they start on Monday. Now I'm gonna head down to the lake, see if I can get a decent photo, because there's a photo competition and I want to win. And I've just found where our faculty building is, so that's another success of the day. So 3 times today I've managed to run into the same woman who, she's got one of the leading positions within the study abroad network in Waikato. Well, we were having a little bit of a chat. Just heading to another cottage to chill out for the night. So after spending the entire evening just sitting around, we are now heading to another accommodation.
College hall.
College hall.
No, don't look at me.
Sorry. And not exactly sure how long we're going to stay there, and then we might be going into town, not 100%, but yeah.
Like a new song with you.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. We just like really.
Back to the cottage. Had a pretty nice night. Nothing too adventurous. We mostly stayed in and just played games, which was fun. Got to know the people who I'm going to be hanging out with a lot better, so yeah, it was cool. It's the next day and we have a kind of welcome session here right now because we got up early. Then later on I'm going to have my proper orientation.
Thank you very much for it. And thank you who understood everything that Korotaki and thank you very much for translating into my Korotaki has called on the great creator, our one creator, and also all the ancestors that have come before us at the University of Waikato and in our Tainui region. He's also called on your ancestors that have come before you, that have brought you to our great place as well. He's called on the chiefs of our mountain and our kings of our region, from our King Tana movement, King Tuhei, sorry. He has also called on the spirits from our river, our Waikato River, that gives hail to our name here at the University of Waikato. And all of this has been to welcome and bless our orientation day today and welcome you to the University of Waikato, to your new place of learning. And with that, I would like to thank again Korotaki and Pitu and our Waikato University whānau for providing us our whakato this morning.
Right. I said getting there, you say leave. Getting there. Mike can say it loud. Getting there. Big up.
That's the welcome session over. Now we've got an orientation for all of the international students that are here.
Can I just ask everyone to stand up, please? And the purpose of this activity is to look for a hero amongst you all.
On the downside, it feels like it's going to rain and the meeting overran by 15 minutes, but on the plus side, apparently we get free food. Hey, so I kind of forgot to record most of yesterday, but basically, I just went and sat down and watched YouTube videos and then hung out in the rec room for a bit. It is raining quite badly, and unfortunately I don't know where I'm going because there's a meeting I'm supposed to be at in a building that I don't know where it is. Apparently it's this way. I have no clue.
Is that all of the really detailed information that you need about the class? So that's
Question is, what's in our free lunch today? Time to play some COD Zombies. Let's go.
cheese.
Oh, yeah. Whether you can actually see it, but the weather is almost Welsh in how bad it is. Just to establish, that was me calling the Welsh weather bad, not the Welsh people. I am part Welsh. So because it's the 4th of July, one of the American lads here is putting on a bring and share sort of thing. Oh, yeah, got my keys. Okay, and so I figured I'd make a cottage pie, and it's gone wrong in just about every conceivable way possible. We didn't have all of the equipment I needed, which was helpful. Then the gravy stuff that I bought wasn't proper gravy. And also the mash just went horribly. So as of right now, it's a miracle that that thing is even edible. This, and then I decided, you know what, let's go back to the main course. That makes logical sense. So you didn't miss much this morning, to be honest. I decided not to film because all we had was meetings, and I've already filmed enough of those. And now I'm going to be heading over to this shop place called The Warehouse. I've heard it's a bit like a department store. I don't know exactly what it's like, but I'm going to be heading over there. Unfortunately, I couldn't have chosen a good day to go, because I could have gone when it was nice and sunny, but no, instead I've decided to go today when it's raining. Well, I mean, I found the computer lab along the way, which I suppose will be useful. One of the downsides that I've noticed about Waikato in comparison to Lancaster is that not much of it is actually covered, like rain protected. Obviously this area is, but in Lancaster you can literally, as long as you're walking on the spine, you're not going to get wet really, if you're smart about it. Whereas here, there are significant portions where it's just completely uncovered. Apparently this place that I'm going to is kind of like the New Zealand equivalent of Asda, so should be alright. There we go. Think I've found the place now. I don't know what I was expecting. It's literally called The Warehouse. I spent just over $100 in total, which comes to like £51, I think, maybe a little more, but yeah, it's kind of expensive over here. I got a lot of the things that I think I need, as well as a couple of things that I'm going to be using in next week's video, which I'm going to be filming tonight, just for convenience sake. The thing is, I also had to buy bedding. I had to get sheets and a couple of duvets and pillowcases. I got them all to match, just because they were the cheapest ones, and so literally throughout my entire year here, it's going to look like I've got the same bedding on every single time. I don't, but they're just all matching. I also had to pick up some things for the kitchen because apparently, whilst it's generally pretty well stocked in terms of the tools I need, it doesn't have like any deep tray things, which made a bit of a tassel when I was trying to cook my cottage pie yesterday. Remember how I was talking about sunrise the other day? That is the sun setting over there. It's flipping beautiful. I'm not sure how well it's coming out on camera, but particularly while it's focused on me, but it really does look amazing. It's not really as orangey as the sunsets in the UK. For those of you who have watched my videos, you'll know that I caught some pretty sweet time lapses of the sun setting in Lancaster, and sometimes they would get really, really orangey or red even. And over here it seems almost more of a golden. I'm not sure if that's like, yeah, it's like you can see there, it's more like a golden colour, so that's different. Of course the bedsheet I just bought doesn't actually fit the bed. I forgot the fact that it's slightly longer than an average bed. That's just flaming typical. Still, that's far more aesthetically pleasing than what it was. Morning, it's actually been a solid week now since I arrived at my accommodation, so I'm gonna cut this off right about now-ish. I realised that these last couple of days I haven't filmed all that much, but yeah, to be honest, I've been busy and trying to organise things, and also I need to cut this off now because otherwise I will have no time whatsoever to edit these things, because a regular weekly vlog can easily be like 2 hours long before I start cutting them down. This one has technically a couple of extra days because of the time in flight, so I'm gonna do my best to keep it short. Whether that actually works, who knows, but anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed it. Okay, thanks for watching all. I shall catch you next time.